Hi, my name is Orla and it's Flip. So how are you today? I hope you're doing amazing. If you're new here, hi, my name is Orla. I'm a big fan of K-pop, fan culture, pop culture, all that kind of stuff. Today is just a simple video. I'm just going to be going through some K-pop concepts and I'm going to be rating them on a scale of 1 to 10, seeing how much I personally like them. If you like the sound of that, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and turn that little bell notification. It's just a fun time on this channel. I did ask you guys over on my Instagram what your favorite concepts were, just because I wanted to make sure I had everything, and I did miss out on a few, so thank you for all those that you let in there. Without further ado, let's get into it. So firstly, before we get into like some of the more like, I don't know, stereotypical ones, I wanted to talk about the cowboy, cowgirl, western concept. I feel like it's the strangest thing that I could have seen, and I feel like sometimes I really like it, sometimes I really hate it, and for that reason I'd give it a 5 out of 10 because it either works pretty well or it's terrible. I don't even know why they're doing it. Like, I know that cow prints have been like really in recently, so I understand why. Oh, I have cow print glasses. Where are they? I know the cow prints are like really in, so like wait, does that make sense? Cow prints? Cowboy. But cowboys aren't cows. Anyway, never mind. Cow print is like really in. And like I've seen the cowboy style slightly trying to creep back into the mainstream. I'm not a fan of it, but I think that sometimes they just look so good. Next, I can't believe I forgot to put this one in, but girl crush. I love a good girl crush concept, but I feel like I see some people like arguing about it sometimes. I don't know why. I'd give it like a solid like 8.5 out of 10. Confident girls. I love girls. I love girl crushes. Women. Next is fantasy. Now, fantasy does come up quite a good bit, and then there's also like, there's different kind of branches. Oh, before we get into this further, I want to say that I usually think that like, there's rarely like one concept and like that's it. Sometimes concepts kind of like mesh in together and there's like a Venn diagram, and sometimes they kind of cross. Fantasy, I do usually like associate it. There's like two kinds. There's like dark fantasy, but there's also that kind of cute fantasy, or like elegant fantasy, like regal, that kind of like, think like light pinks and purples, that kind of fantasy. But dark fantasy is usually what I associate with more. And then somebody did mention on Instagram vampire concept, which like would go into fantasy. Now, I'm not too familiar with vampire concept. I'm kind of like, vampires, I'm just kind of tired of vampires. There's other things that I'd rather see than vampire concept. So vampire concept, I think I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. Dark fantasy, I'd give it like 8 out of 10, just because I think that sometimes it's just kind of like a default. Now, sci-fi. Sci-fi can go one of two ways. You can kind of have the darker sci-fi, where like, who would I think? Maybe like Alexa would be like, maybe like a darker fantasy. Sorry, not darker fantasy, darker sci-fi. Sci-fi is just science fiction, so anything that is science fiction. But then I also love a cute sci-fi. So like for that, I would say Cherry Bullet Q&A is kind of like a cutesy kind of sci-fi. I really enjoyed that because, you know, it's kind of like a best of both worlds kind of thing. I love how sci-fi exists in music videos because nothing really has to be explained. So like you could be on like a spaceship or have like some weird futuristic laser beam gun, and it's all just, it's okay. You don't have to explain anything. Music videos are unlike like movies where like you want like a good explanation. Like I hate movies with sci-fi that there's no explanation. But music videos, you don't have to explain anything. So I'd give sci-fi like a 10 out of 10. I just enjoy sci-fi. I know some people really don't like sci-fi. I don't like sci-fi novels though, because I get kind of confused. But anyway, I know some people like don't enjoy sci-fi, and I understand that and I respect that. I just really enjoy it, and I think that it makes for a really good music video. Yeah, yum. Now, Schoolboy, Schoolgirl, I don't particularly enjoy. The only time I think that it's like, okay, I get this, is if it's like a younger group, like say Hypen, because they're all still very young and it would make sense. Or like ITZY. I don't want to see a 25-year-old man in a school uniform, you know. it's not what I want to see. Like, there's so many other things that I would prefer to see. So for that, I'd give it like a 2 out of 10, just because I just don't really care for the concept. Now there's two next. Cute concept. Which cute concept, it's usually mixed in with something else. If something's just cute, like, yeah, it's fun, but it's kind of like, I want something a bit more. Cute concept, I'd probably give like a 5.5 out of 10. Like, it's enjoyable, but like, I don't think that it should just be a cute concept. I like it being mixed in with other things. Like, I like it being mixed in with sci-fi or potentially mixed in with fantasy. But someone did mention on Instagram, cute concepts that are secretly dark. And this makes me think completely of Twice. This has Twice written all over it. Twice's songs can be very, very cute now. In like the last year or so, they're kind of coming out of the cute concepts. Actually, no, I do enjoy cute concepts. What am I saying? Okay, cute. Would I give it like... Okay, I've got to bump cute up to 6 out of 10. Just because I enjoy it, but like, again, I'd like to see something else. Cute concepts that are secretly dark. So like, when I think of that, I think of like Yes or Yes. Yes or Yes is a very cute song. The music video was a little bit... like, in color-wise, it was a little bit darker, but it was still a very cute song. Like, you listen to it, it sounds so fun, and then you read the lyrics, and it's a little bit darker. Or even I've heard that Dance the Night Away has kind of darker connotations, even though it's a very cute song. So that, I will give it a 10 out of 10, because I do love deception in music. That's like a really weird thing to say, but I love things appearing one way but being another like outside. This is why, okay, I made that TikTok ages ago where I was like, Twice and Paramore, I think that they're like best friends. I think that they sit together at lunch. The reason I said that is because Paramore also do all these songs that sound very fun, bubbly, upbeat, almost cute, but the lyrical content of them is quite dark. And I love that kind of mix. I love that kind of a deception. Next is Sexy. Again, I enjoy Sexy. I think that it's really hard to pull off just a sexy concept. Like, sexy always needs to be mixed in with something else. Also, I always feel like no one's ever like fully satisfied when it comes to sexy concepts, because I always hear the boys talking about sexy concepts. Like, we want to do a sexy concept. We want to do darker concepts. I always hear groups saying like, I want to do sexy concepts. And like, I'm always like, I already thought you did a sexy concept because of what you did before. See, I feel like loads of idols want to do the sexy concepts, but I always think that they want to go sexier and sexier, and so I'm like, okay, calm down for a second. So Sexy, I'd give it like, again, like a 6 or a 6.5, 7 out of 10, just because I feel like it's really hard to just get away with just doing the sexy concept. Love Shot would be like a really good example of like that kind of sexy concept. Next is Summer. Now, I really enjoy a summer concept, but I am going to give it like a 6 out of 10, just because there are some summer concept songs, some summer songs, that I feel like I can't listen to them at any other time other than summer, and I really enjoy these songs, and so I want to be able to listen to them outside of summer. But like, if it's the depths of December, depths of January, it's Baltic outside, it's freezing, I haven't seen the sunshine in weeks, and I'm listening to We Young by NCT Dream, I'm listening to Dance the Night Away by Twice, I'm listening to Power Up by Red Velvet, it feels a little bit off. Like, I feel like something's wrong here. And I know that some people don't like summer concepts. They're fruity and they're fun, but I do, like, I sometimes feel like I can't listen to them outside the confines of summer, and I like listening to music all year round. And when I listen to them outside of summer, I sometimes get very, very sad, because I love summer. I love the sun, and I love being able to walk out and it being a clear sky. Do you know what? I'd be okay with the cold more if it was just sunny more. It's sunny right now, but like, I do feel like I need the sun more. Next one was one that was put onto my Instagram, which was murder/horror, and they gave Peekaboo as an example. Now, this is right up my lane, because I love true crime and I love horror films and I love thrillers and all that kind of stuff. I understand why this isn't a concept that is done frequently, because I guess no one wants to seem like they're encouraging anything. It needs to be done correctly. Actually, no. Does it? I mean, it's fictional, so can't anything happen? I'm giving it like a 7 out of 10. I enjoy it, but like sometimes when you need to be careful, like you don't want to enjoy it too much, do you know? Like I wouldn't want anybody to enjoy it too much. Does that make sense? It's like a weird thing to say that you enjoy. Next is Elegant Angelic Royalty. I think that this is really nice. I do find that sometimes those music videos can kind of lack in like actual plot and just kind of go off of amazing set designs, and I enjoy that. I do enjoy the music videos that do have a bit more of a plot to them. It is very nice to see. Again, I'd give it like 6.5, 7. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. I enjoy it. I love it to be connected with something else. Next, and this was another thing that was mentioned on my Instagram, which was someone just said whatever ATEEZ do, which ATEEZ are very well known for their pirate theme, which I've never seen anybody really bring pirates into music. The only other person that I know who has like put pirates into music and done it well is Finn or Stefan Argus. But I give that one a 10 out of 10 just because ATEEZ were like really original when they were doing their pirate theme. Like when I first saw them debut and I was like, pirate theme, and then I listened to the whole album and I was like, pirate theme, oh my god, I love pirate theme. And as well with ATEEZ is it would be so easy for a pirate theme to become so cheesy so easily, but they do it very well. Some people are like, you know, ATEEZ own the pirate concept. The only reason that I would agree with that is just because it's so immensely hard to do a pirate theme and for it to not be incredibly cheesy and just meh. And ATEEZ do it so well. I don't think that anybody could do it the same way that ATEEZ do it. ATEEZ just do pirate concept so fantastically well. Military uniform, now love a man in a uniform, love a woman in a uniform. I do enjoy it. I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. I enjoy it. I just like it. There's not much else to say. I just, you know, uniforms. Now Dark, and someone else like mentioned with Dark was like a deeper concept. Dark, now everybody and their mothers always wants to do a dark concept, and they're like, it's very enjoyable. I feel like it can be very connected with like a sexy concept or like sci-fi or fantasy. I do enjoy a dark concept. I'd give a dark concept like a 9 out of 10. It's just because I get very intimidated very easily. And I always feel, the main reason I'm giving it a 9.5 is because I always feel, again, like the sexy thing, is that people just want to go darker and darker and darker and darker. And I'm like, how dark can you actually go before I actually just stop breathing? Next one, I think I got this off the internet, was Storybook. The only one that I could personally like really think of that like I saw a storybook concept and like enjoy, like really like loved it was TXT. Like TXT just have this kind of like storybook feeling to all their music videos. 10 out of 10. Like I feel like I'm giving the 10 out of 10 ones to like anything that I can feel like is like very specific, and I think that's because like there are a lot of concepts and they don't so much that it's like, yeah, I enjoy this, that's it. But when it's something that I'm like, when I think storybook, I automatically think TXT, and that's what I love about it, is that it's completely connected with one artist, and I feel like this one artist does it so well. TXT, I know that Yeonjun wants us to call them Tomorrow by Together, but Yeonjun, if you want us to call you Tomorrow by Together, which I'm okay with, you need to start calling us Moments of Alwaysness, hon. If someone put traditional Korean with like a million like little question marks because they didn't really know what they were trying to say, but I feel like they're talking about like Lit by ONEUS or like Idol by BTS. I feel like some people who like only stan BTS, and this isn't anything about people who only stan BTS, like it's understandable, like I'm here with you. I've seen other artists doing it, and then some people are saying that they're plagiarizing BTS when it's like, no sweetie, they're just Korean. Bad boy and then badass like put together. I enjoy. I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. I enjoy it. Right now, the only thing that's coming into my head is War of Hormone by BTS, and I wish I could think of something else. Another one that I saw was the Millionaire concept, which like I think of like NCT 127's Regular, or like any kind of song that's like bragging about money. I enjoy that one. Like, again, like a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, I feel like that is my default. Somebody commented on my Instagram saying vintage classic, but then they gave Black Swan as the example. Black Swan, I feel like it's just something of itself. Like, it would be a 10 out of 10 for me, because I feel like Black Swan just is something else that's so beautiful, and it's so amazing, and it's like show-stopping, amazing, fantastic, beautiful, incredible, never been done before. But yeah, Black Swan is just in its own league. Sad shit. I feel like sad shit could be so many different things. Like, I feel like it could be so many different things. I don't even know how to rate that one. I left this out, but then somebody did comment the love yourself concept. But I feel like the love yourself concept has become something more than just a concept. So like, I wouldn't even rank it, because I wouldn't know how to rank it. So yeah, that's everything for this video. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, turn on post notifications. Remember, you say genius, I think Minyungi. All my socials will be linked down below, and I will see you when I see you. Okay, bye!